How gay is gay sex? A butthole is a butthole. A mouth is a mouth. $20 is $20. Virgins of Reddit, what is your NSFW question? Hey, thanks for coming to another one of my Storytimes viewer. I'm Andre, your narrator. Since you're here, you should smash the like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Because if you don't, I'll tell the CDC that you have the C-vid. No more lollygagging, let's get into the video. Finally, a question that encompasses all of Reddit. But who's going to answer? What does pussy actually feel, taste, smell like when you go down on a girl? If you bend your tongue down in your mouth and let the tip slide over the muscles, tendons in the bottom of your mouth, it feels like that. How do you stop getting rejected all the time? I get rejected constantly. Once you realize it isn't personal, they just don't have attraction for you, and you can't really help who you find hot either, you just do. And it's fine. Rejection is embarrassing for like 3 seconds, and then you forget it happened for the rest of your life. You're not a loser and she's not a bitch, just didn't work out. It's also okay to turn down women who flirt with you if you're not into it, just do so politely. Be prepared to not be able to find the hole. It's not where you think it is and you are not where you think you are. Oh, and queefs happen, deal with it maturely. Edit. Thank you all for the upvotes. But to all you mad shaggers out there boasting about being able to hit the spot first time every time, keep in mind that it's easier to turn off a light switch with a pencil than a fishing rod. How is it not completely so awkward? I'm 19, but pretty shy. The thought of seeing someone naked and then not really knowing what you're doing makes me feel so awkward, and I just don't know how I could do it. Part of it is being able to laugh with the person. Mistakes will be made, weird stuff will happen, oh well. Laugh and smile and keep going. Eventually it won't even faze you. Part of being able to laugh at yourself, don't laugh at the other person BTW unless they laugh first, and even then call it cute and move along, which comes from confidence in yourself. I got more comfortable and confident in my body by sleeping naked. Now I'm happy with me, and if something goes off then it's not the end of the world. This is so true, I don't think I've ever had sex without getting a good laugh. Sex is hilarious. You're jamming your genitals together naked and you don't know if you should hold eye contact or not, and your brain is flooded with dopamine. You're probably pretty sweaty or cold or both, and then you nut and lay there in filth. The hole is lower than you think. Pretty much at the bottom of the vag. Also, it's nothing like porn, and also sex is a workout, so be prepared to be out of breath if you're on top. One time me and my girlfriend were going at it in her attic, it was the only place we had privacy, in the middle of summer. It must have been at least high 80s if not low 90s, and I was on top. Nothing makes you feel like more of a fattest than seeing your beads of sweat drop off your brow directly onto the girl's face below you, while you need to slow down every 2 minutes to cool off and re-energize. As a bonus though, the glass of water after sex was nearly as good as the sex itself, so crisp and refreshing. Is there a difference whether you do it with someone you love or with someone meaningless? I know it's a stupid question, but I can't help but wonder. There's a massive difference. It always feels better with someone you love because you're just overwhelmed with the natural euphoria you get just being around them, while also participating in an act that puts you super close to each other physically, while also releasing pleasure chemicals in your body. It's fantastic. Sex with someone you're not in love with can be fun, but you don't get the added oxytocin, serotonin, and dopamine in your body that makes you feel warm fuzzy, haha. You do still get some dopamine, because sex does feel good overall. But there's extra when you do it with someone you love. What does the girl usually do during sex? I don't want to be considered a dead fish. If you're actively showing your enjoyment, you won't be considered a dead fish, even if you never move a muscle. Being expressive with your face, touching, hugging, being vocal, stuff like that. And of course, being willing and enthusiastic while giving oral goes a long way. Or being open to getting on top for a change after a while, when you get more comfortable with each other. You absolutely don't have to do the porn star stuff, most of them are not very pleasurable anyway. The only thing we ask is you show us you're enjoying yourself. Feedback is always welcome, whether that's moans or dirty talk. Maintaining your position and taking it up properly in the first place, such as arching your back during doggy style, go a long way. Encouragement is great, like rubbing our backs or pulling us in without throwing off our rhythm or position, so wrap your legs around us, but don't physically hold us in unless we're climaxing and not trying to pull out. Learn to give a great BJ, hand job, or ride cowgirl. Wear something sexy or try a striptease. If your partner is into it and you ask in advance, try prostate massages or other femdom things if you two are into that. Find a condom that fits before you actually need a condom that fits. How do you actually find one that fits? So I'm not a virgin, lost it recently in a relationship, we ducked like 4 or 5 times with the same set of condoms. I really felt like they were too tight, low sensitivity, felt like I couldn't keep it up, red pressure ring, etc. Measured my girth, and it was about 6 or so millimeters thinner than the condom stated on the box. So would I need to go even bigger? Or is it a case of buying a whole bunch of different sizes and testing it? That was probably way TMI, but also. Sorry. Edit. Thanks for all the advice, guys. I don't live in the US or Europe, so no online shipping for me. But I will definitely take some of the other advice into account. Thanks again. And just to clarify, I did mean 4 or 5 condoms out of the same box. Well, technically 2 different boxes, but same size, so whatever. Is it true that if you do not use it, you lose it? Yes. My ex lost his virginity to me when he was 22, I lost my virginity to him too. He didn't find vaginal sex stimulating enough because he was too used to masturbating in a very specific way with his hand, using a crazy amount of grip. Even with blowjobs, he wanted me to create a death grip around his dick with my lips, which was incredibly challenging and actually hurt my lips' mouth. Since nothing stimulated him, he literally couldn't keep an erection. He ended up preferring porn over sex. Poor guy had erectile dysfunction in his early 20s. It was hell for me, and after being patient with him for 3 years, we broke up after he cheated on me. My conclusion? Duck staying a virgin until you find the right person. Instead, practice sex with the wrong people so you can give the right person what they deserve when you finally meet them. Edit. The responses are a bit overwhelming, and thanks for the gold. Perhaps my conclusion is wrong, but I'm anecdotally basing it on my own experience of guys I dated later. I had 2 more boyfriends after that relationship, both of whom had a lot of previous sexual experience. One of them is my current fiancé. I can't express how important healthy sex is to a relationship and how much I appreciate my fiancé for his selflessness in the bedroom. I do think that I'm reaping the benefits of what he learned in his past. Edit 2. To those asking how he cheated, over time he was able to keep and maintain an erection. It took a long time and patience to get there, but even then a full erection was very rare for him. I think he cheated to improve his self-esteem. How the duck did you do it? My personal experience. 1. I was fat and very awkward when I was younger, but I was always pretty funny, so I had that as a plus. 2. I lost a good amount of weight to where I looked normal in clothes, even though I wasn't confident about my body under the clothes cause I was still what's often called skinny fat. 3. Started lifting weights for pretty much just personal reasons, wanted to look good and be muscular. 4. This helped my confidence a bit, and it didn't take long for me to look a good bit better, but nowhere near jacked or anything, and still had a lot of belly and thigh fat. 5. When I joined an organization at my new school, I had some mystery factor and a lot of girls had some interest in me, but I was still unequipped. 6. Controversial step. I started doing LSD, and after the first time I pretty much immediately stopped caring what people thought because I realized I was pretty awesome and definitely not worse than my peers like I had thought before. 7. After that my outward confidence was pretty much unbreakable and I had many girls that would be totally willing to have sex with me. Confidence is really the key. 8. I never had sex with any of them because I ended up thinking most of them were pretty whack upon spending any time with them. I also still felt a bit uncomfortable with the idea of undressing cause I knew I looked better with clothes on than off. 9. I met my girlfriend in this organization and we had sex eventually. She was less comfortable getting naked than me, even though her body was always way better than mine. With time though, neither one of would be at all embarrassed to be naked in front of each other. My tips. If dating a girl who's also a virgin and you haven't had sex, you shouldn't be pushy about it, because for a lot of people it's a really sensitive. Just progress slowly and have fun. Just getting naked with someone and touching each other is also fun, so don't rush toward penetration if the time's not right. Definitely start lifting and having a regular fitness regimen, so when the time comes you'll have less to be uncomfortable about. Thanks for watching. What did you think of the story time? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked the video, smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any more story times.